The most dangerous attack in the tournament. 16 goals, Mbappé and Dembélé, an unstoppable team. Those were the labels stuck on France coming into this match. Even Spain's own fans thought France would run the show. Then 90 minutes later, one number told the whole story. 0.3 expected goals. 3 shots on target, and a scoreboard that read France 0, Spain 2. The scariest attack on the planet never properly tested the Spanish goal, not once. So today, the match talk stays short. We're digging into the reactions that erupted in both countries. How Spain turned into a party, and why France started pointing fingers. Just the essentials, then we move on. 22nd minute, Lamine Yamal drew a foul off Lucas Digne and won a penalty. Mikel Oyarzabal stepped up and buried it. 1-0. 58th minute, Pedro Porro played a give-and-go with Dani Olmo and slotted past Maignan. 2-0. In between, France lost William Saliba to a back injury. And Mbappé went into the book for a foul on Unai Simon. France finished the first half with 0 shots on target. Spain reached the final having kept 6 clean sheets in 7 matches. It's their first World Cup final since 2010. On Sunday, in New York, they'll face the winner of England versus Argentina. Now, the main event, the reactions. Outside Spain, the tone splits sharply. ESPN called it a convincing win over what they labeled a dismal France. Al Jazeera summed it up in one word: masterclass. CNN called it a complete performance. Spain suffocated the French attack. And in the second half, when France should have been throwing everything forward, CNN said they looked almost defeated. Then one stat that says it all. Per Opta, France's 0.3 expected goals was the lowest by any nation in a World Cup semi-final since 1994. Brazil against Sweden, that is how airtight Spain were. Then the Spanish camp spoke, and the confidence was wide open. Luis de la Fuente made a flat declaration: "We're feeling unbeatable." And he had a warning for whoever comes next. "They faced the best team in the world," he said. "We have that edge." He could barely contain the emotion. "It's difficult to describe how one feels," he said, "but I know it resembles happiness." Still, he drew a line. "We have one more step to go." Player of the match Pedro Porro spoke through an interpreter. "It's a dream come true," he told Fox. "I couldn't even dream of this." Then, to Spanish television, he deflected all of it onto the team. "This is all down to the team," he said. "We knew we needed the ball, and we did that." And this is where the mood flips completely. France came in with the most feared attack in the tournament, 16 goals. So the shock hit harder. Outlet after outlet described the French attack as devoid of ideas. No spark, no cohesion. Mbappé and Dembélé were completely shackled by the Spanish defense. And the French midfield was swallowed whole by a Rodri-anchored engine room. Didier Deschamps largely owned it. "The players are devastated," he said. "We had high ambitions, but today we were a notch below our usual level. It's primarily our own fault," he said. "We fell short." But at the very end of the press conference, he left a pointed line. "If I say anything, I'll look like a sore loser," he said, "because we lost." But is the referee up to the task of officiating a semi-final? There's the penalty, but that's not all. He added, "I have nothing against the referee tonight, but ask yourselves the question." The French press did not let it slide. The referee that night, Yvon Barton, of El Salvador. But this is bigger than one exit. Deschamps' 14-year reign as France manager is effectively over. Saturday's third-place playoff will be his final match in charge. And per ESPN, his successor is already lined up: Zinedine Zidane. France failed to reach a third straight final. But they still leave with 3 semifinals in a row, and 4 straight quarterfinals. So inside France, the reaction is splitting 2 ways: failure, or, still, an era. Now the analysts. The ESPN FC panel, Burley, McManaman, Leboeuf, Solari, all zeroed in on the same thing. Mbappé and Olise disappointed. Tactically, 2 Spanish names kept coming up. First, Rodri was an immovable wall. Second, 19-year-old Pau Cubarsí looked like the finished article next to Laporte. And one fascinating note. Spain's own superstar, Yamal, still hasn't had his Messi moment this tournament. He only won the penalty. The explosion is still to come. And the scary part? They beat France like this anyway. Now the fans. And a quick note, these lines are dramatized, reconstructed from the mood, not quotes from real people. Spain, first. Honestly, I thought France would win, then I watched our defense. Mbappe kept running into a Rodri-shaped dead end. Who had Porro on their scorecard? Is the most popular man in Spain right now. Cubarsí is 19 and defending like a 10-year veteran, and Yamal hasn't even started yet. That's terrifying. First final since 2010. Time for Cucurella to book that De La Fuente tattoo. And now France. A team that scored 16 goals ends with 3 shots on target in a semi-final? Don't blame the ref. We didn't show up. 0 shots on target in the first half isn't on the referee. 14 years, Deschamps, thank you, but ending on this really hurts. The Zidane era coming is the only comfort. We needed a reset button. And to be clear, these next lines are confirmed, reported quotes. De La Fuente, we're feeling unbeatable. De La Fuente, we faced one of the best national teams in the world, but across from them was the best team in the world. Porro, it's a dream come true. I couldn't even dream of this. Deschamps, the players are devastated. Today we were a notch below. It's primarily our own fault. So there it is. Spain choked the world's best attack down to 0.3 expected goals. And now there's one game left. Sunday's final, England or Argentina waiting. And if Messi's Argentina comes through, Yamal against Messi, a generational shift final. So, does Spain go all the way, or do they get stopped at the last step? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you don't want to miss the final reaction, subscribe and hit the bell.